Hey guys, got another Division video for you here. Going to be talking about the sticky bomb. Has it been nerfed to the ground or is it broken? I'm currently under the impression that it's possible the PvP modifier might be off and is not where it is supposed to be, making the BFB sticky bombs hit for less than what they're intended to for agent-to-agent combat. So, as you can see in the video, I'm rocking a 320k sticky bomb. That is for PvE testing, and I've got a couple clips of that. Later I upped it to 330,000 and tested it with a friend to see how exotic damage affected it, what the damage was at 0 exotic damage resilience, and things like that. A few things to point out: the only things that should mitigate the sticky bomb, because it is considered explosive damage, is exotic damage resilience. It does not take into account armor mitigation. The only things that affect it are the PvP modifier and exotic damage resilience. The PvP modifier is in place so everybody doesn't get blown away with 200, 300, 400,000 damage sticky bombs. The PvP modifier is there in place. Now, the PvP modifier did get nerfed, and I've got the patch notes coming up here in a second, and I want to point out to you how this has been nerfed. Now, the way the patch notes read is that, as you can see, the PvP modifier, if you read it literal, is 44%. This is not the case. From all indications, the PvP modifier is 50%. The sticky bomb was set to 90% of that, or 48% damage. It's got a 51% nerf, meaning 44% of the 50%, which gives you roughly around 22% damage of the sticky bomb. Now, to put those in numbers, a 250k sticky bomb with the 48% PvP modifier is 120k, which is accurate. I was hitting people for around 140,000 damage thereabouts with chain reaction prior to 1.4. Now with the new one, as you can see, around 55,000 damage is what you're going to get. It's a huge nerf from the old cap, but they removed the high-end damage cap, meaning we can do more damage. Alright, so here again is just the exotic damage resilience definition: explosion, bleed, that kind of thing. This is the only thing outside of the PvP modifier that should be affecting the sticky bomb for PvP. Alright, so I took this into the PvE zone to see if I could get some baseline numbers, to see if the math kind of checked out on chain reaction, the BFB, that kind of thing. And so I just started up a mission, decided I would test it out, see what's going on. Fired off this first shot and come back surprisingly normal. Chain reaction is supposed to give me a 20% bonus. I got 480k. I have some enemy armor damage. Mathematically it all checked out. I had no issue with that. I tried to catch a single guy alone. Again, come out to 400k, which, taken off chain reaction, that makes sense. That's taken off the 20% damage. Nothing out of the ordinary, nothing kind of strange. Decided I wanted to test it again, see if I could get a guy alone. This one was kind of moving, couldn't really square him up exact, but come out to 280k, which is roughly about 10% lower than what I was running max sticky bomb. So it seemed fine. So take this into PvP. Let's see what the modifier does. First test with a BFB, my friend had a roughly 30% exotic damage resilience. Hit him for 33k. Very, very sad. That is not enough to make a difference. My weapon can cause that much damage in a short amount of time. Pretty much a waste of time, in my opinion. I was very disappointed in that. So I tried to crunch some numbers. My math is probably not perfect, but roughly this is what I was expecting to get out of the PvP modifier if this is correct. These numbers are enough to damage people, to make them hurt, put them down if they're already damaged, and be a major player as a skill, but not be a one-shot all the time. This is what I thought 1.4 was going towards. But I told my friend, take off your exotic damage resistance, take off all of your gear that has that. Let's try it, see what numbers we get, see if sticky bomb is actually worthwhile. Again, I'm rocking at this time a 330k sticky bomb. He has removed all of his exotic damage resilience. He has 0 exotic damage resilience. That's for the next test. If this does not do a significant amount of damage, something's bad wrong, because the PvP modifier, like I showed, roughly in a kind of a worst case scenario should be hitting him for 70 to 80k if I square him up perfectly. That is enough to take off almost 2/3 of his health, enough to put him almost down, or enough to be really hurting him, but still not quite there. You would have to run a massively higher sticky bomb to do enough damage to be a one-shot. So my goal was to go for one that's almost a one-shot, almost enough, because I mostly play on teams. So under this situation, 0 exotic damage resilience, one-on-one against an agent, what does a 330k sticky bomb do to him? Well, let's find out. I squared him up, put it right at his feet, and he's still standing. 51,000 damage is what I capped out at with 0 exotic damage resilience. This is very disappointing. This is not enough to be a major player. Again, I can pop pulse and use my light machine gun and be getting damage numbers against players enough that this doesn't even matter. I tried a proximity fuse just to see if it was something with BFB or something kind of off, and the numbers were still pretty awful. 24k for that? That's barely enough to even touch the guy with no exotic damage resilience or little exotic damage resilience. So I'm under the impression that the PvP modifier is potentially broken. I believe that roughly what I'm seeing is 15% of the damage that I'm dealing to NPCs translating to the dark zone, as opposed to where it's supposed to be in the 20% range or even higher. Something is bad wrong with the sticky bomb. I don't know if this is intended or this is accidental, but there is an issue. As you can see on your screen, 51k is the best sticky bomb that I got off on my friend. 330k is what I'm running. Comes out to 15.45% damage. That is not where the PvP modifier is supposed to be. Therefore, my argument is something is wrong. But let me know what you guys think. Comment, tell me, do you believe this is intended? Do you believe this is accidental? Do you believe we'll see the sticky bomb come back around, or is it nerfed to the ground for the remainder of 1.4?